Hello everybody! In today's video, I'm going to be talking about sports. That's what I mean by the earth is cooked, besides the whole climate change thing, so I guess you could say it in the literal sense, but I didn't mean in the literal sense, I just meant like in the sports world. And why do I say this? Is it because of a specific sport? Is it because of something that currently happened? Not necessarily, but basically yes, but it doesn't have to necessarily do with a specific sport. It just has to do with sports in general. Like, I remember there was a time. Now, I sound like one of those old people who, like, do the whole nostalgia thing. But it's not necessarily like, oh, I just missed the good old days. No. I do like the fact that we have all these options for sports, you know? Like, back when I was younger, there wasn't a lot of options. There was, like, a few mainstream options, and then, like, if you were really into it, maybe two or three, like, niche sports that eventually became mainstream later on, such as basketball and um, cricket, and I guess soccer, because I live in the United States. Well, sort of. Well, anyway, well, I'm from the United States, just to make that more clear. Um, and then there was a whole bunch of other stuff like tennis or whatever, and golf, like stuff that was niche for a bit and then got popular over time. Those kind of things. But now we got sports coming out every year. Like, about 10 years ago or so, it was just like, oh, there was like a few niche sports that just got into mainstream. But now it's like every single year, there's at least 13 to 15 new sports that go either into the mainstream or it catches my eye. But the problem with today's video is that they don't hit the same. Like the mainstream sports, they don't hit the same like they used to. And again, I'm not doing this out of pure nostalgia. I'm just saying it because the fan bases are not what they used to be. The players are not exactly what they used to be, but they're still kind of there because, it's pro. I'm talking in the pro sense. I'm not talking for like college or middle school, high school, elementary. I'm just talking purely from a pro sports kind of view. But yeah, when it comes to like sports that have a huge audience, not even mainstream sports, like it could be a really niche thing, like West Malaysian nutsack ball. I don't know, um, something goofy. Um, uh, it's like it don't exactly hit the same, but it's not to say that sports doesn't work. It's just to say that it's like something about those fan bases, like, dude, you gotta get your fix, you gotta find a way to what's the word? You gotta find a way where it's like I can enjoy it even years after, especially on the mainstream and not necessarily the niche end. And I'm not one of those guys who, like, they'll hate a sport simply because it's popular. Like, no, I like the NFL. It's just like the fan base, like, makes a sport sometimes hard to watch. And that's why in my country you didn't see a lot of people who were into, say, for example, soccer, because, well, three things: it wasn't super duper common, uh, there wasn't too many people who do it, although there is a lot of people who do it now, and then three, it was the fan base, and it still is the fan base, because it's just like, it's just straight up like 50 or like 30-year-old uh like Latino people who never even visited South America in like a day in their lives, or they have, but they left when they were younger, or just when they were young, and never really completely understood their culture, or did, but now they're just kind of an immigrant. But it's not to say I hate those kind of people. It's just, if you only appeal to those kind of people, you're gonna get those kind of people. You know what I mean? Like, if you get only one culture, you're only gonna get one culture. Like, soccer is considered the most international sport, so having only one culture in a sport like that is not gonna get exactly super famous. I mean, it is big now, but I just mean, if you only stick it to that way, it will just go back downhill like they had in the 90s, because there was a success a bit for a while, but then it fell off during the early 90s or so. But hey, 2026 AD is coming up, and they're going to have that. And then there's cricket. Cricket used to be less popular sport, but it's not to say that I hate sports. I'm obviously a pro sports fan, you know. It's just, they don't feel the same way like how they used to, where it was like every time it was a game, it felt like it was an actual legitimate fair game, like it was something you could just watch to chill with the homies, or just like turn on a game to turn on a game. It was never like, oh, we got stat. Like, leave that for the actual pros, okay? Leave that for the refs and stuff. Don't just go stat. Because unless you're on the radio, where it's like you can't see what's happening, it don't make much sense, other than, you being on the radio, and you have to be, specific of what's going on, so that way, because they can't actually see it, so they don't know. But hey, uh, yeah, the world is kind of in a crappy place right now. Um, who knows? Maybe there will be some new legendary sport that dominates the entire world. And I mean like an actual new sports with new rules and new systems, and like an entire different genre of sports entirely. You know? Like some new sports comes into the world, or a new sport specifically comes into the world, and it becomes the most popular thing you've ever seen in your life. I don't know if that will ever happen, but if it does, that'd be impressive. Where it's like the one sport that united all the countries to agree that this is the most popular one, or something. I don't know, but whatever, man. It is what it is. It's sports. A lot of them use points, so there's that. Anyway, yeah, it's just game to game. Game is game, quite literally, since I'm talking about sports. Well, anyway, I don't have nothing else much to say, either than, yeah, that's how I feel about the sports world, at least of the recording of this video, which is on the same day I am, when I release this is on the same day I'm recording it on, so there's that. Anyway, yeah, I shall see you later. And remember, folks, stay ugly. Bye!